Hey, good morning. We are going to do a superset today based around pull-ups and pull strength. Um, the three exercises that we are going to do are really going to create a pump and a swell inside of the muscle groups that pull-ups hit. We are going to do pull-ups in their traditional form. We are going to do rows with dumbbells, and then we're going to do under the bar rows, or Australians, depending on what you might call them. Let's try to keep the form super strict, and let's try to do it in a way that we're not herky-jerking, we're not floating back and forth, that we're really trying to stay under control. It will create a much harder scenario, but I promise you, if you do this and you keep your core tight the entire time, you will find amazing benefits from about the top of your knees to the bottom of your chest with just that core tightness, and then the rest will just, you're just gonna jack your top half. This is a 7-pound vest, super simple. It's just for me to create a little extra strength in this process, but we are gonna go for 10 sets of 10 on each exercise, going from pull-ups to rows to Australians. So I'm just gonna have this running. The process of this and the idea behind this is to build a very dense muscle thickness. A lot of people want to be jacked and huge, but there's a ton of things inside that space that aren't really being used and aren't really muscle. So our idea is not to be so swole as much as we are just ripped and as strong as we can be for that size. So here we go. The pace isn't super important as long as you're kind of continuing to try to move. It's going to get real difficult real fast, but we'll just keep trying to do the best we can. So those are 25-pound dumbbells. You can use whatever weight. Australians, we're going to keep our hands together. We're going to try to create a good line from our knees to the shoulders so that our core is engaged the whole time. Shake the arms out a little bit, take a moment, and then we're going to try to go right back in. If it gets difficult, hop down, shake out. You can even add a band. You can do anything you need to get through this in a way that you don't get hurt, that you don't feel like you're struggling to do a clean rep. The idea is to keep this as clean as you can. So break them up if you have to. Keeping the core tight is going to make a huge difference in how difficult it is. Also, don't let yourself just bottom out. I see so many people do pull-ups and they're like, pull up, I'm like, woof, pull up, woof. The down does as much, if not more, than the up. That row, keep your chin up, have your booty sticking out just a little bit. If you follow my wife, you know she's got booty and she sticks it out real good, keeping that up. So this is going to be our row form. And I kind of come forward and back. You can stay straight at the bottom. But the idea is to put a little booty on it. Guys, don't be scared of booty, like your own booty. Building it creates strength. There's power in that. Big glutey hoes. Big glutey bros, that's what it is. Big glutey bros. Haha, I like it. That should definitely be a class. Big glutey bros. Is it hump with it? Get with it. Already getting super difficult. Remember, through this whole set, squeeze your abs as hard as you can. It makes it a lot harder. It's definitely going to increase your heart rate. It's going to increase your breathing. It's going to be a little bit harder to recover through it, but it makes a huge difference. It's a big difference throughout your whole body. Your toes should be kind of stiff. Your calves should be flexed. Your quads should be flexed. Your booty should be clenched. Everything about this and that inverted pelvis is going to be the key to building core strength. The core is an amazing muscle. It's like the only muscle in the body that has to wrap around things, right? Like you got your biceps, your quads, all those things are like, they're linear and they're strong and they're full. But the core starts in here, comes to here, and it intertwines around organs and different parts of your body. It's the only muscle like that in the body, so you have to hit it a number of different ways. A lot of people think that you can do it on the ground. It's really tough to build your core on the ground fully, because there's ways that you can build it hanging, but you can't build it on the ground. And there's also ways that you can build it on the ground that you can't build hanging. So take the time to flex in everything that you do, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, lifting, flex it always, and you will continue to strengthen that core in a way that doesn't just shape you, but makes you strong. Slow my pull-ups down a lot, especially if I'm feeling myself rock. If I'm feeling like that float forward or the float back. Not so, you can invert your pelvis and still have a little bit of bend in you as far as backwards. Your legs might go back behind you, but not rocking and being slow on the way down just creates a ton more strength. Oh, this is dumb, by the way. Super dumb. Okay, on the Australian bars, another thing. The higher the bar, the easier it's going to be. So if you get to a point where you're struggling to do them, or you're starting to feel your butt sag, and you're not keeping your pelvis up, maybe switch to a little bit of a higher bar, widen your grip a little bit, whatever you got to do to make sure that you're keeping that form good and you're keeping from the knees to the shoulders straight. That is definitely the key. Builds back strength, builds core strength. You'll feel it in your legs, especially the top of your quads. You should feel it all the way across. And it's a good solid pump too. I like the Australians. I call them Australians because Australia's down under and you're down under the bar. So I like that because for me, it's a way to build a part of the chest that's a little bit lower than what you build with a pull-up. Isolates in a way that you don't have to necessarily do like at the incline bench. So there's a lot to that I like a lot. I try to keep myself at a pretty steep angle. I don't want to be too far out because then you're putting a lot of weight into your legs. The further you go like this, the more you're going to hit this chest area. That's 4 sets. Really wanting to make sure that our chin's getting above the bar. Not too steep of a neck, but you're gonna naturally lift your chin a little bit. Ideally, your pull-ups stay super flat, straight. As you get tired, that gets harder and harder. A lot of times my pull-ups start at about my chest. Slowly come to where my chin's peaked up to make it a little bit easier because you start to get fatigued. Again, don't just drop anything. It's halfway. At this point, sometimes I'll take a minute, like a whole minute. I'll breathe, try to lower the heart rate. A lot of times we do better if we breathe out through our mouth. We take in that big, deep breath. Like, feel your heart inside of you. I know it's scary. You don't have to control it. Just control your breathing. If you control your breathing and you pattern your breathing, your body will acclimate and your heart will slow down. You'll get some of the acid out of your muscles. I like to do this. One of my big things is sunrise. At sunrise, I'll do this, kind of let it go. I used to do a lot of volume training, so I would set a Tabata timer. I would set it for every 30 seconds, and I would do 6 pull-ups every 30 seconds for an hour, right? So that's 720 that I would do in an hour. And I would do that multiple times a day, to where I was averaging 3,000 or so pull-ups a day. I did that for quite a while. This allows muscles to get acid and blood flowing through them. You can also, Japanese tradition is to just smack, to hit. This will also move the fluids. So we're on set 6 now, we're halfway done. So we're gonna really concentrate on our form now, because the more tired we get, the more typically that our form suffers. So we wanna really concentrate on the last half, making sure that our form is good, even if it's a slower process, a slower speed, even if we have to break it up into more to where it's like 5 and 5. We just wanna make sure we get the 10 in before we move on. And this is on your time, totally on you. You might start with the green and end up with a green and a purple because you can't do pull-ups by themselves. Totally great. Use 5 bands by the end if you have to. Just get them done and get them done right. A lot of times, if I'm really struggling, especially in high intensity, talk to God in my head. I'll tell God, I'll say, God, I want to get through this no matter what, and I'm willing to die for that. So, either take me home or make me strong. Lots of work, lots of work. Stay strong in that work. Keep the confidence in your mind of being able to get through it. That's 6 sets. Now listen, the further we get along, the more you're gonna wanna just drop. You're gonna wanna pull up and just drop. You're gonna pull up and just drop. You're gonna wanna pull up and just drop. Don't do it. You're losing half or more of the exercise. The strength and the negative will always be more than the strength and the positive. You've gotta remember that. It's super important. If you win today, it's super easy to get up tomorrow and start that journey all over again, which is inevitable, right? And if you lose today, you still have to get up tomorrow and start that journey over. It's inevitable. It's easier to do when you win, but it's more important when you lose. Just keep that in mind. It's super important. Set 7. notice my legs starting to come forward a little bit more. I gotta slow it down. It means it's getting too hard at that speed. I gotta breathe better and move better, keep my mind right. I feel like those get the hardest for me. It's only 25 pounds. Ain't even that much. The other day, I thought I was gonna tell you that story while I did it, but I was not. The other day, I did a mile run with 10 pounds in my hands, each hand. Man, brutal, brutal, brutal. Got through it, had to do this for a while and run like this. Picked them back up. Had to do this for a while, ran like this, picked them back up. But I'll tell you what, the second mile and the third mile, my hands felt like they weighed nothing. So sometimes you gotta put yourself in that real hard state so that the normal state, that flow state, becomes easier. Look up flow state, study flow state. It's actually super amazing. Study Faraz Zahabi, he's out of Canada. He was GSP's coach. This is George St. Pierre. Look into his theories on flow state and what they do. This is set 8. This has gotten super dumb at this point. You're probably thinking George is a fool, and you're right, but it's still a good workout. Big breath before we start. Breathe it out. Get back to it. Break this one into 2 sets of 5. I'm just tired, and I don't want those legs swinging forward. Every time my legs come forward, I'm not in line with these posts. I like to think that these posts are my line. I want to stay in line with those. Then I know my form is good. If I'm in line with the post and I'm not more than 6 or 7 inches to the front or back, I know I'm staying in a pretty good set of form. And that's the most important thing. I don't care if you can rack out 40 butterfly pull-ups. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not the strength that we're looking to build. If you can do 10, 15 slow, controlled, good form pull-ups, you got no issues doing 40 butterfly pull-ups. It's just momentum. It's just this rhythm. You know what I mean? 5 more. 1, stay good and controlled. 2, good and controlled. 3, good and controlled. 4, good and controlled. 5, good and controlled. All right. Back to the row, row, row your boats. Maybe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. That one got hard. Australians. Whew. These are getting tough too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Breathing's starting to get hard. So we're gonna catch that. We're in set 9. We have 2 left. When you say 2 left, you shouldn't think, oh man, I have 2 left. You should think, bro, I've got 8 done. I only got 2 left. So we're gonna take a second. We're gonna get that breathing under control. Let some of that acid, blood switch through. Kind of get our arms moving. All right, we're gonna go back into it. Remember, you gotta add a band, add a band. If you did it started with the vest, take the vest off. Whatever you gotta do to complete this circuit in a way that your form doesn't get sacrificed. I look at it like life. Why would you want to prolong the length of your life if the quality just continues to go downhill? I want to live as long as I can live, but only being healthy. I don't want to be chopped up and have a miserable quality of life to get an extra 5 years. What am I doing in that 5 years besides suffering and creating a suffering for the people around me? So let's work hard to to make sure that as we prolong this workout, we don't sacrifice the quality of it. Set 9. Break 8, 9, and 10 up because I feel like my legs are going to start moving. I didn't like that. I don't want that. It's hot too. It's like 85 already this morning. Super humid. Silly, but good for you. Working out in the morning, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It's good, even if it's a little more humid sometimes, even in the afternoon because of the dew and everything. But I'm telling you, having your feet in the grass, having the sounds that are more prevalent in the morning and in the evening, those sounds, those are God's creatures. It's God's earth, the wind and the trees. It's all speaking to you. You got to keep that in mind. We have 3 more on these pull-ups to do. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to be honest. At this point, my abs are hurting. I can feel it in my tummy and in my obliques. If you're not feeling it right now, you've definitely not been taking the time to stay tight. Should definitely have been feeling it before now. And if you're doing this a lot, or you do workouts like this a lot, if you're not feeling it by now, you're not doing it right. And on the Australians, strong, good pattern. Knees to shoulders aligned. All right. We're on our last set. Gonna try to get some fluid out of these arms real quick. Try to maximize the efficiency of our breathing real quick. And we're gonna work hard on this last one. To get through it, to get done, but again, not sacrificing the quality of our reps. It could take you an hour to do this. It's more important that the quality of the reps are there in an hour than busting it out in 15 minutes and having no quality to it. So keep that in mind. Last set, guys. Legs shaking, boys. Legs like this. It's like a good evening. All right, here we go. Last set of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last set of Australians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Listen, I encourage you to work hard, to work smart, to work clean. Try to eat well. Try to tell somebody today something that makes them feel better. You see somebody out there and they look angry, they look sad, and they just don't look like the day's been good to them. Tell them you like their shoes. Tell them their hair looks cute. Say whatever you got to say to give them something positive to think about and to have in their heart. Men, don't do it to women in a way that you continue conversation and it feels like you're flirting with them. That's the problem, is you can't even say anything nice anymore because we constantly are coming at them in a way that doesn't feel genuine. And if you're doing anything more than saying it and walking away, it's probably not genuine. So, men especially, if you say it to a woman, simply say, I love that outfit. Make eye contact, then look away and continue to walk. Let them say thank you if they want to. Let them be uncomfortable if that's just unfortunately how their life has been. But it's not your fault if you make them uncomfortable, if you're genuine in what you say and what you do. Hopefully you'll be an experience for them that helps them break free from that and feel a little more confident and a little more safe. So I just encourage you all to say something nice to everyone today. And I hope you find peace. I hope that God is good to you and your families. And I hope that you work hard, callous your hands. I've been a horrible human. I know that people will not forgive me. I know that people will watch these videos and watch these things and say this is a fake godly life or whatever it is that they feel. It's none of my business. My business is to try to improve the quality of my life, my family's life, and the people around me. And I now know, unfortunately through 45 years of struggle, that the only way to do that is by putting God inside of you and removing everything else. Follow me, Purpose Over Podium. I would love to have you follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start putting out more videos on YouTube. If you would like any type of personal training or you have any questions or even programming, I sell 1-month programs for $20. It'll give you 3 workouts a week for 1 month. You can rotate those over and over again. I specialize in core especially. And I just hope that you find peace in your life.